Hey YouTube, welcome back. It's review time. Let's start. Let's get this done. AMD. Off the bat, I got played. Let's just run this through. Pretend like we're trading it, right? So coming into the close, this is how the market's looking. Boom. I draw my Fab 4. Boom. And boom. Looks pretty wide here, right? But I mean, the way it opened, clearing below, you could just see how this thing came all the way down and just wicked up heavy, which is what, this is typically the ideal location for me to short, and that's what I did. So my first lot was in at let's see, 95, 94. Typically I don't trade on the 1 minute, but I dropped down to the 1 minute for this as well. Let's see. Yeah, there shouldn't have been an ad, but I added. Let's see. It was around this one, I believe. So 9:31:08 past the 1 minute. I got the first lot at 95.94, which was here around that previous day close. I put one lot right there. My stop was over the top, max. Then I dropped down to the 1 minute, trying to find an ad, right? But I should have known. I should have looked at price, because look, boom, boom, tail, okay, topping tail, that got wiped out in a pretty big bar, right? Look at this red. The green basically wiped that out in a V bottom type of manner. It just wiped it out. Now the 8 dropped down. You can see here, boom, boom. None of these triggered until maybe up here. But guess what? I did some bullshit and I added at 26. 9:35 at 95.97. Basically when this thing became red at the lows of the bar, I added one lot, and now my max loss, I dropped it real tight over the top right here and got stopped out at around 96.45, somewhere around there. 96.45. Let's see, 9:35. So I added on this bar. Yeah, that's just dumb. And my stop was at 96.45. Let's see. Up here, I got stopped out like here. So initially, the name of this, the initial entry, it was fine. That was at Elephant Bar Plus. So that one was valid. Position off the 200. 200. -1 position. Risk. Risk was always good, but like the ad low key was bad. Anyways, this bar, this big bar, you know, I did have a max loss, but I already knew that the probability of it falling through was going to be diminished if it didn't like hold the 50% or even the top of the body, like it wiped everything out. Technically went all the way down here, right? Wiped all of that out. That's a lot getting wiped out. Name on the ad here was some bullshit. I can't name it. Position declining 8. Risk was good though, because I mean I added and I did reduce risk because I was gonna pull my stop over the top, which I did, and I got stopped out. But that was bad. The ad on that was bad. Shoot. I don't see an issue with the initial entry, because that's a play that I take pretty regularly. What's wrong with this? An elephant bar, momentum surging off of the 200. You just got no follow through at all. But the ad is where this trade became bad. This thing is gonna go under this because it was no good. Initial entry was fine, but ad was not. Risk was perfectly fine the whole time, but it was unnecessary to put on an extra lot. Never triggered. Also, I don't even normally trade the 1 minute, but for some reason I looked for an ad there. Yeah, that's basically what it is I mean, this never triggered. None of these ever triggered under the lows. And it came after a pretty violent green bar up. I should have also realized the momentum wiping out the red, and be cautious on an ad, waiting for extra confirmation of a low getting taken out instead of anticipating when I shouldn't be. So the next trade was also AMD, which this one was a struggle, for real. Looks like AMD did drop though, but that was before it came up, or before it after it went up. So I'm thinking this is good right here because tail bar off the 200 on the 5-minute as well. That got triggered for sure, right? So what did I do? Two lots at 96.40. Pretty sure on this, the low of this. So look, boom, at the 20, boom, rejected. Boom, another color change. So I'm expecting this thing to drop. But I'm also realizing now in my head that the main move is no longer the down move. Because what gets the sunlight now? The sunlight is on the green. Even if it's trading into resistance. Because red had the favorable position, but it got no follow through. And also green was able to wipe all of it out, essentially. So in my head, this thing needed to drop quick. Otherwise, it was just going to be a pullback to maybe 50% or sideways and then pop up. And I'm pretty sure that's what it did. So let's see. Pretty much sideways. And then it's clearing above the highs right here. Does it follow through? This one was kind of crazy. This drop in the middle of nowhere looked kind of violent, but it did go up. Not the best follow through, not the cleanest. But anyways, that's not the point. I was going short on the 180 right here. So my stop was at 83. I'm pretty sure after I had these dual tails. Okay, look, so the 20 is squeezing price down right here. You get one tail right here, dual tails right here, that triggered, but got no follow through at all, getting wiped out. So I was in here 2 lots, okay, stop over the top, something like that. Then I'm looking at this, I'm like, nice, it might finally go, and this gives me an opportunity to move my stop down. Because if I hadn't entered on this, I got dual tails here that triggered, I would have entered on this, right? So this is as much of a valid stop as this is. But you can see that I got whipped out. And yeah, just got no follow through. Should have just considered the fact that the whole red move got wiped out, even with such good location on its side. I was still hoping for the 200 to help me out here, and this time the declining 20 was right there, so I was hoping it would pressure it down, but price didn't respect it. Or it did. It kind of did. It respected it here, but then no follow through. Because you see the wicks off of the 20, the wicks, the tails. Yeah. This is a 180. Bear 180. You also had this tail right here that triggered. And the color change, which was these tails. I just got no follow through, man. I should have known. I should have known. The way that big red bar was just walked down, that is a pretty clear sign telling me to be careful. Kept trying to short because it was favorable position for shorts, but I kind of forgot and ignored what price was actually doing, and it was going up. The big bar, the big bar at the open got no follow through and was completely walked down by green, 100% retracement. So my focus should have shifted off the shorts a little, and I shouldn't have been so biased. I need to trade with the momentum, and clearly the downside, and clearly there was none to the downside. Okay, we got UAL here, which was kind of sad. Got in and then got killed right away. Can you see where it is? So boom. It should look like momentum, right? It should look like momentum. Right, you got an elephant bar surging off. Nice, beautiful follow through. Pullback doesn't even seem all too violent. And it's within that top 50% right there. Plus 50%. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, I'm in 9 lots. This was probably a little over risked. I mean, it was over risked with slippage and everything, because this thing got me in at 43.19 when I could have triggered off this bar even 17. So 2 cents late on that. And my stop was under this one at 43.07, but I got filled at 06. So essentially I lost $3 or 3 cents on the slippage of the entry, and or 2 cents on the slippage of the entry and 1 cent on the slippage of the exit. So that's 3 cents altogether on 9 lots. That's $27, which is like freaking a quarter of my risk unit. I don't know, man. This pulled back to the rising 20, above 50%. Didn't trigger here. Didn't trigger. Didn't trigger. Then it finally triggered, but we got no follow through. What time is this? 10 o'clock. Let me see if it was going into some major support or something. Oh yeah. Yeah. I gotta include this. It was the 5-minute. Trapped on that 200. So I started trading above. Basically, my entry was here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, my stop was under. See, it was looking great because bar was open here and it was clearing above, so it looked like it was gonna hold the 200 for a second, but I guess it just got trapped in that 200 gravitational pull because we died. Well, the name of this pullback color change, position, or green bar reversal, whatever you want to call it. Position rising 20. Plus 50%. I do want to say the risk was violated, but not intentionally. Had the slippage and everything, so I'll just give this like a V, not a check. But it wasn't. I didn't intentionally try to go heavy and get all that slippage and lose an extra 17 bucks. Yeah. I was thinking this would be great if it followed through right away, but it kind of got trapped in this zone. It did clear above, right? Obviously, but didn't end up being enough. I'm not gonna put this in bad. I don't think it's that bad. It didn't look too bad. I mean, you look at this thing, like that's momentum. Boom, triggered over the top, above 50% at the rising 20. I don't really see issues with it. Okay, let's see. I think the trade idea was a classic trade idea that I take any day. Lost an extra 17 bucks because of slippage. Got in later than I wanted and exited later than I wanted. But I didn't intentionally mean to violate risk. This would have been great. Triggering at the 5-minute 200 and following through. But it appears that price just got stuck in the 200's gravitational pull. And it wasn't able to take off. In hindsight, on the 5-minute, that actually triggered a massive elephant off the 200 to the downside. I mean, that's why I have stops, bro. Imagine I didn't have a stop. Yeesh, I'm dead. Now this very next trade, we made some mistakes, some bullshit on these last trades, but this next trade, man, shit, I don't even know what to say. Look at Baba. Bro, I knew this had some bearish momentum for the day, man. Off that 200 with the 180, pulls back, drops, bases, drops. Shit's a fucking beauty, man. Can you see what I did? So green, right? Boom. This is like the opposite of AMD. I mean, it kind of the same concept, except this time we have position in our favor. Before, this is AMD, 200 over the top, price drop, and price going against. So it's tougher to go with momentum into support. But here, you got momentum off of support. And it wiped out the whole green leg. So look at this green leg, basically completely obliterated. Then you get a pullback to the declining 20, pretty much staying below 50% right here. 50%. Just visually you can see that. So I went here with 6 lots, and I saw the 20 was dropping. So it was kind of already deep down here. 20 was down here. So I didn't want to have my stop all the way up there. So I had a max loss stop at, I believe, above the bar's color. 70, let me see. It was at 70, yeah. So my stop was sitting there, still above the 20, so valid. Max. Oh shoot. Forgot. I had to pull that to the side. Boom, 50% of this. Boom, drops, triggers. 6 lots. 6 lots with the stop at 70. New low. Hold up. New low. I mean, beautiful follow through, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars of follow through. I'm not gonna believe this when I say that I let this thing go back all the way to break even without taking any sort of profit. Now I had TP orders at 86 and it never came down to hit. And I did notice this bar being particularly exhausting. How did I know? Because look at the prior bars. I mean, this one's solid, this one's solid. If you look at this, it has a wick. This one has a wick. This one has a little indecisive bar. This one is a full bar at the end of like a 7-bar sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And normally bars move in a 3 to 5 to 8 bar manner, and this is like cutting close to the top range of that. And in my head, I was like, oh, I should take some profit, and I did have the rights. And at the minimum, look at this, boom, boom. The old low was pretty much in the middle. I believe this put me up like 2.5 hours. At the minimum, I could have locked in that old low, but I didn't. So that was just devastating. Pullback, color change, position, declining 20. Risk was good. This shit was basically break even. Pretty sure that was this too, 10.05. Indeed. Around that same area. Yeah, our stop was not there though, it was at 70. Stopped out, but it's pretty picture perfect on the 5-minute, huh? I just knew this was gonna be a good down day for Baba. Just this right here. That's not even saying. That's not even talking about this tailwire that followed after. That's bearish as hell. In a freaking bearish location as well, with declining MAs. Basically respected the 15-minute 8 for the whole day. This is just bad. What could I say though? Freaking terrible, or great entry, crispy follow through for once, but for some reason I didn't take a single dollar. Decided not to pay myself. At the worst, I should have locked the new low here. Should have definitely made money on this trade, but nothing at all. Shame on me. The 5-minute on this is clean. Drop, pullback, drop. Pullback, pullback, pullback. Triggered here. Boom, boom. Triggered. Drop. That was clean. That was pretty clean. From there, that's like a bit over 2 hours. Say you add on this. Got a little 1.5 hour trade there, maybe. Last trade of the day, Disney. This one just didn't go. So I was trying to milk that downtrend. As you can see, now I did remember seeing this, but I didn't take it for whatever reason. But good location, right? It already had a little leg down. Pretty great location. Missed it though. Basically, missed 3 hours there. But I'm waiting for the next pullback. Get a tail bar here, right? I think I missed that. Never stopped out though. So I'm still waiting for a color change and I get it right here. My stop at 31. I think that's just enough to take me out. If it wasn't, that was. So boom. Pretty sure it took me out here at 10:44. Yeah, around there. Maybe I even had a tighter stop in that 29. a little bit tighter. Max loss. And I went here, 10 lots, or 8 lots. Oh, I remember what I did. 8 lots. Had my stop over the top, and then added 2 here at 1041. What is that here? On another color change. Another 2. And I tightened my stop down a little to 29 or 28 because my average price is 20, I believe. But yeah, I stop out. No follow through. And pullback color change. Position declining 20. Risk was good. Risk is always good, but for the most part, unless there's slippage or something. Yeah. Pretty sure it was this as well. Over here. Got no follow through though. That was the last trade of the day. It wasn't bad, just got no follow through. Wasn't the worst trade. Just got no follow through. Pull back to the 2-minute 20 and pull back to the 5-minute 8 aligned. So I was looking to milk another move down, but there was no follow through. Thing about this is I did see the pullback color change. The thing about this is I did see the pullback color change trigger in the prior move, but I didn't take it. That one actually got follow through around 3 hours. Very nice, but just happened so I take the later one, which makes sense. Would have less probability of following through. And yeah, that's the trades for today, y'all. Need to work on some shit. Thank you. And the market just opened, so we'll get to live trading.